I and the team, we started conversations amongst us last year. New Balance paired us with, here's pick people that you would want to work with. And I didn't know Kawhi like that, didn't know Trayvon like that, Storm, but I just, and it's just, I got to meet everybody on these sets, and me and this young man, while it was a photo shoot going on, because I don't like working with people and not getting to know about them. So it wasn't like recorded or anything, but it was similar to like this, remember, on the set? And me and him just talked about where we're from, about what we represent, how we got here. And I was like, damn, this needs to be some content. Fuck, well, what a podcast at? Two black men, put some mic, go get the mic. I wanted to do this again for this year because I think it was just beautiful to watch us go back and forth about our upbringing and what we're going through right now in life. So, Trayvon, tell me what's going on, a little bit about yourself, not even about what you do. Fastest man, great body. I was downstairs watching the window thing, and it's just all strong as I look at that goddamn body.
You're boosting me right now.
But yeah, can you tell who you are and about yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, so Trayvon Bromell from the South Side, St. Petersburg, Florida. You can hear it in my accent. Man, it's been a long journey. Blessed to be with a brand like New Balance. Blessed to be next to a great creative like Joe Freshgoods. Type person I am, I'm real chill, real laid back. Everybody who meet me out in the track world, they see me as this fast guy, which God bless me with speed. But I tell everybody, I'm just like y'all. We cut our skin, I bleed red, so I'm just a regular dude that's trying to, make sense of this thing called life. I'm a big guy on faith. Anybody who follows me know my faith is out of this roof. I love the scriptures, I love the Bible. When it comes to education, I love learning about things that I don't know. My mom always told me you can never be too wise, so I'm always learning. I'm working on my 3rd degree right now. I got a bachelor's in kinesiology. I got a business degree, and I also working on my theology degree right now. I'm gonna go back to school one more time after that. I'm gonna get a doctorate in psychology, so I'm gonna end my education with that. I do photography and videography as well. So I'm a man of many trades. But like Joe said, from humble beginnings, I wasn't always this guy that I am right in front of y'all today. I grew up, like I said, on the South Side. My father left when I was 2 years old. My mama worked from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So the only thing that I really knew was the street life. So a lot of people in my family, they grew up gang members. A lot of my homies in jail. I got a little homie right now. Well, he big homie right now. He a little bigger than he was when we was kids. But he went to jail when he was 14 years old. And he's still doing time in there, but we talk all the time. And that's just the lifestyle. I've been tatted up since I was 15 years old. Hopefully any parents out there don't let y'all kids do that.
Yeah.
But ripping and running the streets, that's really all I knew because I had family members who did it. My friends did it. I went to a school that was, I want to say, graded like a D+. Like it wasn't, not too many people was making it out. But when God changed my life, I ended up getting a scholarship into college. And since then, my life has done a complete circle around and I became who I am today. So hopefully the people in this world, they can, come to love me as, I love the world and keep moving forward in life.
Very positive, right? Yeah, give it up. Give it up, black man. The parallels to where we come from. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I didn't really have any reference of people who, most of everybody you guys know about from Chicago, they're like from the south side. So west side is just, I grew up Austin neighborhood, second most dangerous neighborhood in Chicago. Grew up around gang war, violence, all of that, but I think that's where me and you first connected because we were just talking about where we were from. And, it's just dope to be here. Do you ever be like, damn, like I'm here? Like how do it feel sometimes to know that you have friends and family that didn't, I know you get to travel because of what you do, you get to travel the world. Do you feel guilty sometimes? Because I think I feel guilty. Sometimes I'll be like, I was just in Japan and I'll be around the world and I'll be like, damn, I wish I can bring my people so they can experience this because maybe they might not be where they are if they can see how big the world is. Do you feel like a little guilt being successful?
Man, it's crazy that you said that. So two things. Like I was literally just on a jail call, like coming from the airport. I'm in the car talking to, like I said, my little bro, and we were just talking. He was like, "Man, you know, you really made it out, right?" Like, and I was like I said, I'm really down and humble person. So I'm thinking like, man, it's just what it is, just another day. And he was just like, bro, you like your life ain't what it used to be. And like some days I be finding myself like in my room just wishing I could do more, help not only just like my family, but even like some of the friends that is still like in the street life and stuff. And you try to do so much and you reach a certain level of success, you do donations and stuff like that, but it may not look like it's enough.
Yes.
So sometimes even with as much giving that I do, like anybody who know me, like I do so much, not only just in my community, but in my family. And I'm just like, I want to do more, but sometimes it feel like a burden because you like, man, I'm not Superman. Like I wish I could, but the reality of it is we human, right? So those days I'm like, dang, it hit me, and it's because like I wish I can. It make me want to work harder so I can do more. And sometimes it gets stressful, it get overwhelming, and man, I tell anybody in this room, when you get to a certain level of success, man, get a therapist, man, because it get hard mentally. It gets tough. Because you want to, like I said, you want to play superhero, Superman, Superwoman, and sometimes like life just don't work out like that.
At all. No, that's therapy is real because it gets tough sometimes dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in real time dealing with just like not suffering from success, but it's just like taking people with you and just like growing pains and like I'm very prideful of. Sometimes I'm proud for not asking for help. If that makes sense, it's like I don't need no help, but I do. And as I continue to grow and win awards for what we do, I do question sometimes like, yo, why am I here? A lot, So that's, that was something that I wanted to ask you. So when we were doing the photo shoot, and I think somebody from my team told you to bring like items that mean a lot to you. I was very surprised that you brought the Bible. Like that was just like super dope to me. Can you talk a little bit about your beliefs? I know we can't get religious and all that stuff, but this is my stage right now. But do you, your belief in God and like I don't know, man. And this is the reason I think I'm so glad we did that video, the nod video with Kawhi, because like sometimes like black men don't know how to big each other up. And we're so awkward and, but I just like, we really connected. And I think I was very like intrigued on the items that represented you. You had the jewelry and all that stuff, your do-rag, but you also had a Bible right there. Talk a little bit about that, like your just beliefs and like how has that shaped you into the man you are?
So what's crazy? And a lot of people, they see my social media and everything, they be around me, and I carry my scriptures with me everywhere. I didn't start believing in God until probably like I was 18. And I feel like I was like a lot of the world, like, oh man, you can't see this thing or this internet or this deity, whatever. And man, my mom always was a spiritual person. Like she probably was reading King James before I was even thought of. Right. And it got to a point where I started questioning reality. I was dealing with my injuries and everything. And so I was running to these doctors, and they like, Trey, you won't be this, you won't be that. Like your speed is gone. Like you ain't gonna be able to run fast. So my mom always was like, Trey, just pray, have patience. So I found myself just learning that my faith was tested in that patience. And when time went on, and I started having success, I was like, okay, these doctors and these people who said, man, God ain't real. It's all science. It's all numbers. These doctors who went to school, who did all these degrees and everything, all of them was wrong. Like, even to this day, it still surprised me how much of the word of God was so true and man wasn't. I had went my whole life, even still to this day. Even my new training group, the doctor that we work with, he told my coach, he said, don't even take him. Oh, wow. After my Achilles injury, he's like, don't even take him. But because I was strong in my faith, because my mama always told me, look, read your scriptures. I'm not only the sixth fastest man in the 100 meters, but sixth fastest man in the 60 meters.
Can we clap for a second?
You feel me? So, appreciate y'all. It's mind-blowing to even still see in this day and age how truthful the word of God is. Like I said, and this coming from somebody who did not believe. Like I said, I grew up Section 8, like, me and my mom would jump from house to house. I'm sleeping on my granny couch. I'm sleeping on homies' floors. So I'm thinking the same thing, like, how can God be real if I'm feeling all this pain? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I felt just like everybody else. Like, I seen eviction notices. Like, I had to see my mama cry because my daddy didn't want to help. So I'm like, man, I ain't believing in nothing but what I see. But then when God started revealing himself, it's like everything that I thought was real is he's like, look, I'm the realest thing that you know. So the more and more I got into these scriptures, man, and what I really want a lot of people to understand too with the Bible is that the word of God is for good. Like, it teaches you how to be morally right, how to be not only just spiritually right, but have a moral compass on how you do things day to day. Like, people, they see the stories and they get so blown away with the stories, man, but the word of God is so mind-blowing because it tell you not to steal, kill, destroy, show evilness and negativity. And that's how we should all be. It should all be a sense of spreading love. And people, like, it goes over their head when they start thinking about the stories. And I'm like, y'all missing the point. And that's the problem when it comes to the sense of the Bible. And I would encourage people to get into it.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I was just surprised, you know. So you said something, though, about six fastest man. Let's talk about South Carolina, the Invitational. Like, how does it feel, you know? I know people counted you out. You know, how did it feel to, you know, the record, and how did it feel to be counted out and just like people up like that?
So what's funny with that situation, everybody who's seen me race at the New Balance, you know, meet for my opening 60, I didn't have my coach there. You know, at first I was supposed to run the 300-meter dash instead of the 60. You know, so but it ended up, you know, being called. I needed to run my main event, so I was like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna run the 60. I wasn't even training for the 60 meters because, like, I'm trying to get stronger in my 200 meters. So come towards the race, you know, it's a lot of hype behind it. You know, I'm gonna hype it up. Like, I ain't really taking it too serious. So we get through the race. I come in second. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk. So I'm like, okay. I go back literally that next day. I'm on the phone with my coach. Like, hey, you know, they tripping. They tweaking out on me right now. I was like, I got to show them like who I really am. So we get to practice on Monday. We do some block starts, and I'm still kind of messing up on some of the stuff that I messed up in my race at the MB meet. So I'm like, I'm sitting down with coach. He's like, all right, let's watch the race over. Let's watch these block starts. The next day, we do a couple drills, some accelerations, and then boom, I get on the phone. I said, coach, we got 2 track meets we can go to in the next day or so. We can go to Arkansas. We can go to Clemson. We're gonna go to Clemson because it's right up the road. Hour flight. Boom, boom, boom. I promise you. We get up there. I get up there probably 8 o'clock that night. My coach get up there the day of the race. I'm talking about we go through all our necessary drills and stuff like that. Bro, less than 3 hours, I dropped from 6:56 to 6:46 to 6th fastest man of all time in 3 hours. You can't name nobody else who did that.
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of shocked the world with that because they like, oh dang, like I'm like, look, and I'm not even training for the 60.
Yeah.
Since indoors, I only did 2 block sessions. I'm like, look, one thing about me, when you play with my name, I ain't gonna be something to play with the next time I come around, man.
Great transition. Because honestly, watching, I've been tapped in more since we've been friends, and just to kind of watching your performance and just like kind of rooting you on from the TV screen. Like I think I deal with, and it's on. The more successful I get, the more it's hard for me to take criticism. I can say, I'm being honest. Like I know how hard me and my team work, so it's just like if I tell the story all the time. 2021. I know AZ gonna hate the story, but we released the outside clothes shoe, and it was just like in my mind I was just trying to do a first come first serve. You know, it was like right off the heels of my first New Balance collab. So there was a lot of hype around it, and I was like, you know, let me do a pop-up shop in my hood. You know, one of the parks. So we had like 3,000 people outside. It was crazy, and we just didn't do it right. You know, my team, we weren't prepared for what happened. And it was one of the first times in my career where I had hundreds of people calling me out my name online and just like, and in person too. It was a lot of that because in Chicago, I had people lining up in the hood. I had to sneak out, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was really heavy on me. So, and it was just like, I had to kind of pick up the pieces and get better. But like, I realized that was one of the reasons why I kind of shut off the internet and just let me just do my work. But I think like trash talking and just like, because coming we from, you can't say certain. You gotta stay up
Yeah.
all, you
Trust
gotta
me.
be easy on my name like that.
Exactly.
But when you're a public figure and you represent so much and you mean a lot, you have to just be with ease. But my point was, I didn't know it was so much talking in track.
Yeah, man.
Like,
So
is this like a new thing though? Because it's like, I'm not gonna say no names, obviously, but like, it's a few people that go crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got people who talk. It depends on obviously the background too. You got some people who not from that type of like background in life who do a lot of the talking. Then you got some people that they just always been talkers. For me, it's like, look, I respect everybody. Respect me. But so when you start talking crazy, that's when it's like, hey, we don't really get down like that. Like I take stuff personal.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. My 2021 didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
And I had to hear the whole world about it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm number one in the world, I ain't performing the way I wanted to. It's just like I had to get a lot of backlash, and then obviously you get disrespect from even your competitors as well because they feel like, oh, he ain't probably really like that.
Yeah.
So I feel that, but in a sense of the sport, like it's trash talking. But the thing is, when it comes to athletics, you gotta back it up though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So for me, I'm like, look, I just do my trash talking on the track. But if we go there, like I ain't never been the one to bow down to nobody either. So it's like that in the sport world though.
Yeah, no, that's real. And I guess like, to kind of wrap it up, I, doing this, me and you've been talking about this a lot. I was just, us in different fields, but just like dealing with the same stuff. You've been a part of the conversations amongst us 2 years in a row. The biggest thing with me with New Balance was just making sure that they didn't just give me a creative director job because I'm like black and just like, Joe doing a lot of black stuff is just I wanted to make sure, that's why it's very important that we're doing this, going to continue to do this. But I think for me, that period of time where there was a lot of social injustice and just a lot of stuff going on, people calling out brands for not doing donations, there was just a lot going on. And just trying to make sure that everything we're doing is intentional and not just doing it to save face when working with brands. So I really pride myself on holding everybody accountable and trying to understand why are we here. I guess in your field, and just in general, just what's your view on just holding brands accountable, not just being signing endorsement deals just because they need more black people right now, which we do need more black, people of color. But I don't know, what some things we could do to hold, and I'm gonna answer this question too, but things we could do to hold brands accountable and to make sure that we're not just being used for temporary moments,
I say the biggest thing, man, is, and it's funny because you did your shoe Inside Voice, right? And one thing I was thinking one night, and I was like, man, one thing about that inside voice, it could be so loud depending on how you present it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I always felt like I didn't have a voice. So every time that I meet a person, white, black, Asian, no matter the race, I make sure I come with a sense of force to understand who I am and what I represent. And I never look for no handouts or anything like that, right? So I let people understand it like this. Everything that I do came with a toll of the work effort that I put in, and I want that to be respected. I don't want nobody to use me just because, like you said, I'm black and it's cool to be black right now in the world. I think it's cool to be black because I just say I'm black. That's just simple as that. But at the same time, I work hard just as anybody else. Just like I gave the initiative saying my degree situation. When I walk in the room, don't see my color, but see my hard work. Respect me from the sense of the work that I put in and my work ethic. If you need me because of what I can do, not because of what I look like or what my skin tone is. Like I said, at the end of the day, you cut our skin, we all bleed red. So treat it as such. Treat me just like you would treat anybody else. If you're a white man, treat me just like how you would treat another white man. If I'm black, I'm gonna treat you just like I would treat my brother or anybody else. See me as that, but don't treat me just because you need me in this field. Because at the end of the day, if we born with this talent, you're born and gifted as a great creative director, a great creative, content creator, everything. You gonna be you regardless of the person to the left or to the right.
Definitely.
And people gotta understand that. And when you move and walk with that presence, they gotta respect that.
Yeah.
That's why when I walk into the room, you gonna feel me, you gonna feel my force because that's what I bring. One, that's what God blessed me with. So that's what we gotta be able to continuously present. And I'm gonna say it as black people because I feel like sometimes we can lay down and let just people walk over. I'm not gonna let a soul on this planet walk over me.
For sure.
And everybody as a unit gotta walk like that, no matter what the race is. But
Yeah,
man,
nah,
yeah, gotta definitely do that.
That's hit it over the head. I think sometimes it's it was hard at first. I think during the era where brands should run in to just give black people checks and stuff, I had so many weird things coming in my email. I tell all these stories all the time, but it was like a big brand. I'm not gonna say the name, but you know, it was like a deck that was like, so the first slide of the deck was like a black. It was so crazy. It was so crazy, man. But my point is, they offered me the most money I've ever seen in my life to be the black face of the brand and the company, and it was just like crazy. I had to think about it though. It was, you know, I still have both my parents still work. I have 2 kids now, like, you know, but I'm very proud of all the things I said. The world don't see all the no's, they just see what comes out of conversations with brands. But I think it gets hard. You know, sometimes I feel like I had nobody to talk to. I told my mom what this brand offered me, and she thought I was crazy. She didn't even speak for me like a week. You know, she understood after a while, but it was just like, you know, it got to that point where it just like, that's something that I don't get to talk to about with like my black creators that much because people keep secretive. In my field, that's why I'm not trying to pocket watch or be in nobody's business, but it's not that much dialogue about what people get. So sometimes it's hard to know when you're being taken advantage of because there's no reference point of how much this brand paid another person or whatever. So all I know was I just don't like to be used. Once I feel weird about a situation, I just like have to bow out. So, you know, I think 2021 really, like I said, that was a big year for me. Just turned down bags, no black check, no black check, no, I'm them straight. And again, with New Balance, everything felt authentic. Just watching the growth and just being able to connect and these type of things, like if you were pitched to me in a deck, now me and you are good friends, you know? So it's just like those type of things are more important than just like checking off a marketing asset and just trying to make sure you can just like do something for February. But yeah, that's all I have. This is the first time I don't usually interview. This is like, I kind of like this. I gotta go to Disney World, y'all. My family missed me. I gotta get out of here. But thank y'all so much. This is the first time I did anything like this. I don't like talking that much, so this is why I'm like, I can't believe I'm on stage doing this. But I appreciate you so much. I'm rooting for you. I want to see you continue to grow, and I'm just like, this is super important for us not to sit here and talk about making clothes and running track. You know what I'm saying? I think we're more than that, and that's what, you know, conversations amongst us is about, is just these type of conversations, because it started from us talking on set like this, you know? So thank y'all for coming.